Hello world, Prince here, and welcome to my channel, Gentlemen and Scholars, where we discuss literature, style, personal development, and so much more. Alright, so for today's topic, we're gonna go over how to get your power back in a relationship, and we're gonna go over 5 different tips. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. Alright, so tip number 1 is to communicate your boundaries calmly and effectively. Communicating boundaries can actually be quite difficult for a lot of people. I know for me, when I was growing up, I had a hard time articulating my feelings, especially if I was angry or upset. For a lot of people, this creates tension in a relationship that builds up and it erupts. It often turns into a big shouting match. I mean, it is best to not put yourself through the trouble or even be around people that bring you to this level. So to circumvent this, try communicating your boundaries immediately as situations arise. This way you'll know in the beginning whether that person is open to change or not. Most people brush their feelings under the rug in hopes that the other party will change, fearing that if they say something, they might lose them. In this case, that's kind of the idea. You want to get rid of people who aren't compatible in your life and replace them with people who are better suited for you. By not speaking up, you are conditioning them to continue treating you badly and demonstrating that you are a man of low value.
Alright, so tip number 2 is don't be afraid to walk. Be willing to walk away from the situation if your conditions aren't being met. If you feel passionately about something, you should not modify your core values to meet the expectations of someone you are dating. Besides, if you go against these values, she'll see you as weak and won't respect you as a man. Both parties need to know that there's a line that can't be crossed or else they will leave. This facilitates respect for one another, and without respect, there cannot be love. So tip number 3 is to focus on your purpose. So I know that this has been talked about a lot, but it's so important that it's worth restating. You should have something compelling that you're personally working towards outside of your relationship. And this may inadvertently actually fix issues within your relationship. Just the fact that your attention is not so readily available may actually cause your lady to respect you more and value your time together.
Alright, so tip number 4 is to listen. It is quite possible that the lack of respect in your relationship is due to your lady feeling unheard. When a woman gets upset, a lot of men take the posture, she'll get over it. And while it may seem like she actually has gotten over the situation, more than likely she hasn't, and she may actually bring it up again. It's much better to get to the root of the problem by asking questions like, what's on your mind? I want to know. And probing till you get to the bottom of it. In most cases, she just wants to know that you care and will offer resistance just to see how much you do care. And lastly, tip number 5 is to self-reflect. I mean, are there some things that you could be doing to strengthen your relationship that you aren't? Is the excitement still there? Have you stopped dating her? I mean, do you tell her everything you do, or do you plan a surprise every once in a while? But also keep in mind her actions as well. Does she act like a woman that's deserving of the whining, dining, and flowers? It's important to not ignore this. So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. If you have any questions for me, definitely feel free to give me a shout. Definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell. That is very important. And definitely let me know down below if I left anything out. Are there some points that you think I should have made? Definitely let me know. And I'll drop a link in the description for some great book recommendations regarding dating and personal development. So definitely check those out as well. Until next time, gentlemen and scholars.